screen. Here's Brown. The rebound by Anderson.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Picked his pocket. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. 5th, Lewis Williams.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. I mean, those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, the two-guard position is where we often find the team's best defender, and that's definitely the case with these guys. Every one of their teams leans on them heavily at the defensive end.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
New Orleans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Anderson. He doesn't get the second one. Spurs trail by 16. And now Williams inside. Now the dish to Beverly. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. On the wing, Williams. Just 5 to shoot. And the pass to Fowler. Pulls up. Nice jump shot. Good.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Houdini in that last game against the Lakers just played phenomenal. He had 43 points, and he tallied those points, and he was a thief out there as well, adding a hefty amount of steals to his totals. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. Mark, he was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah, and the only thing about having a game like that, Kevin, is that it's almost impossible to duplicate it here tonight.
Well, nobody's expecting that, Clark, and they don't need him to do that. If he's even half as good as he was that night, it should be enough.
It's stolen by Harris. And now the Pelicans on the break. Brown's got the ball. And Clark, we saw a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams. Good on the shot. Williams has got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in. Drew Holiday's checked in for the Pelicans.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Drew Holiday. How the second half is shaped up for him. He's putting up 6 points a night, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Foul guarded by Holiday. Here's Beverly trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when You do that work inside. Well, I tell you what, it was the good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pick, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slant.
And he gets it to go.
He's found a rhythm here in this second quarter, guys. He looks good.
Pelicans leading by 17. Now here's Brown. 22 points for him. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. First in opponent field goal percentage. Second in blocks. And they're ranked third in outside shooting. 3-point percentage, that is.
And Clark, let's talk about that defense. I mean, number one in the league in field goal percentage. You talked about it. They're just smothering. They really get after you. They try to attack you. They close out.
Nice shooting.
Checking in for the Pelicans. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Pelicans lead by 19. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and they've got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hey guys, we've really taken the life out of this crowd, but I still want to talk to you for a minute. With our defense, we have torn them up. I'm not sure they're going to come out for the second half. When we play deep with this much grit, it is no fun to take us on. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And let's head out there in the third with one play in mind that will get our offense rolling. The pick and roll. Let's see what kind of answer they have for that. All right, guys, I know we got a healthy lead, but we cannot let up against this tougher team. Let's go.
Side stroke has looked really good today.
Here is Williams. So the Pelican 5 right now. Brown, he's in at point guard. Harris is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Anderson outside. Clock at 6. And the call will go against Houdini. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, New Orleans. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Outside, Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's Aldridge. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Aldridge has got the first points of the second half here for the Spurs. Pelican shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Brown kicks to Davis. Williams with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Now here's Brown. Tight defense on him, and that one's good.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Williams double team. In low to Aldridge. And Anderson kicks to Williams. 6 to shoot. Back to Anderson. And Brown over to help. The 17-footer. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Davis setting the pick for Brown. In low to Davis. Left side Harris. All sorts of time. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Williams inside. Anderson against Harris. Spurs working the ball around now. Aldridge kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. They get to take on the Blazers of Portland after this one. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
And I'm going to look forward to seeing how that Portland game turns out for sure.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Spurs trail by 17. They set the screen. Outside Williams. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Williams. Foul. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Davis with a screen on Williams. It's Brown with the drive. And stolen by Williams. The 11-footer. Here's Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. While we have a moment, let's now take a look at the top shot blockers in the NBA. Anthony Davis, number 1.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. He's shot to the top of that leaderboard. He's looked good doing it.
Archie Goodwin, he's checked in for San Antonio. And a change for the Pelicans. Gordon's checked in. Both free throws good from Anderson. Pelicans leading by 15. It's Brown with the drive to the paint. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Glenn's checked in for Valanciunas. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Kicks it to Len. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he uses the glass on the layup. Brown's got 28 points for the game.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Foul. He's covered by Brown. Over to the wing. Goodwin passes to Fowler. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Goodwin's got 5. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Stolen away. Anderson outside. Pass to Aldridge. Goodwin with it. He's got 5. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Aldridge. Great touch on the 16-footer. Aldridge has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Goodwin. Goodwin's got 3 assists now in this one. 55 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brown outside. The long distance 3 is buried.